I'm sitting outside of a quick loop place, and I noticed that my my right turn signal, like when I click on my right turn signal, it sounds like very rapid, you know. This thing happened last time, and so I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So basically, then I came out and I look at the bulb and it's dead, and they were doing the oil change and grease, and I said, can you just put the bulb in? You see, everything is nice and greased. And I just bought a trail. I left the trailer in my yard, but I gotta change this. And by the way, last time I got this, I did not notice that the actual factory thing is amber. Wait a second. Which one is working? I forgot which one. I think I changed last time. I changed the left one, the driver side. Okay, there you see. But this looks like this. Huh. Interesting. I thought I changed the driver's side. Maybe I'm mistaken. And so they changed the over here. I didn't even know that's where I have my cabin air filters. I never changed them. And the guy took them out, showed them to me, and he says, look, they're very dirty. And I think that's what I did last time. This thing just, yeah, there's three pieces like this, so you don't need any tools. And there's one more over there, but you don't actually need to take it out. You can just lift it like this. There you go. Yeah, see? So there's no tools, right? So this just goes in. So that means that it's the same one that failed last time, because you see the different colors. Anyway, that's it. That's all it takes to change a bulb. So now I know at least, you know, when to change them. When they start, when the sound in the cab becomes that rapid sound, instead of click, 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 it becomes click, 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 click. That means you have a short and the bulb is dead. Right? Alright, so now just need to go to, before I leave, I'm leaving Canada today. Man, it's cold again. It was -4 in the morning. So before I leave Canada, I gotta buy a couple of small notebooks, because I send in my old notebooks to IFTA office, fuel tax office, when? Thursday. And the oil change was very expensive, $677, but it's because I asked them to like they check the filter. The air filter was $170 Canadian, and the two cabin filters were almost $100. Like one was $50, another one was $30. So if I didn't change the air filters, it would be close to $400. But still, like, I thought these guys, you know, back in the day they were like $250 something. Now it's so expensive. Oh, you see? Now it clicks properly. And so these guys, they open on Saturday. Like, they open from Monday to Friday, of course, but Saturday they open 8 to 3, and they said they take the last truck at 2 o'clock. And I was on this bay over here, and I dropped the trailer because I remembered it's very tight. You know, they have very long bay, right? I can come with the trailer, but it's very tight getting out. I remember I came over the trail, I couldn't make this right turn, so I had to go left, and then sorry, and then turn around. All right, so now you see I did the my mileage is 270,554 kilometers. That's all I did since March 2018, and they gave me the nice sticker that reminds me what my mileage. Can you shut the heck up? And so they gave me a sticker, so now it reminds me what my mileage was. And so I'm following 40,000 kilometers, which is 25,000 miles interval. So if it's 270,000 K now, so the next oil change will be at 310. oil change and grease, and the next grease, just grease, will be in 290, basically half of 25 or 40,000 K. So 25,000 miles or 40 K is oil change and grease, and 20,000 K or 12.5 thousand miles is just grease. And I just greased, the whole trailer was greased in Guelph when they were changing the shocks. And next time I'll grease it is when I do next oil change. It doesn't need greasing as often as the truck. So I'm passing Flying J over here. Price of diesel is $1.26 per liter. So I'm loading in York, or near York, PA, Monday. But I don't want to drive all Sunday tomorrow, so I'm gonna leave today. You know, just get across the border and get to the first truck stop, maybe Dansville, New York, and then Sunday I'll just drive from Dansville to Duncannon, PA, to the pilot, because I know that area. I can do my Nordic walking with my poles. Gonna make sure I have them. I like that area. And then, like, the place where I'm loading is actually south of York, but I checked on Google Maps. From Duncannon to my shipper is 80 kilometers or 50 miles. So I'm gonna get up Monday at 6 o'clock, start driving at 6:45, and I'll be at the shipper at 8. Right? I don't have to unstack anything. I'm gonna be it's kind of like a Cat 336, except it's a Volvo. What's it called? EC305EL, I think. Yeah, so it's somewhere around 80,000. I got permits for 90,000 just to be on the safe side. And the PA permit has already been issued. I'm not sure how. I got it yesterday. I thought they were closed on Friday, my permit office. But I got the PA. $450. You know, just from that town south of York to New York line. And you know why it's so expensive? Because I asked for a lot of weight. You know, now I'm scared after the ticket in Maryland. So now I started ordering more weight than usual. And PA in New York, PA. New York is like $40, but PA, it's based on a ton and like the weight over 80,000 and mileage. So the more weight you're asking for, the higher is the permit. And that's another thing I started doing is I prefer the customer to pay for permits. You know, I tell them the price. No, it's not all inclusive. I want a price plus permits. And so you give me a rate confirmation and you write plus permits and escorts, and then after I get the invoice from the permit company, I send it to you and you issue a revised rate confirmation with the permits in. because I'm tired of this BS. You know, it's a lot of money, all these permits. But in this case, with this Volvo, this is the last cheap load I'm doing this year, I'm telling you. Because there's so many loads now, I'm so busy. So there's no reason for me to do cheap loads anymore. So this one, they insisted on all-in rate. All in. And of course they wanted ASAP to pick up that machine because it's been sitting there. The guy who bought it, I think he bought it like in February, you know, through an auction. And I read the rules, and it says if they don't pick up the machine within 60 days after the purchase, it's considered abandoned, and then the auction takes possession back and they can resell it. So somebody pays, like, quite a lot of money for a machine, right? And then basically if they don't pick it up in time, that's it, it's gone. You wasted your money. And that's why they were pushing me, hey, go. And so I gotta pick it up Monday, and of course because of that, I don't have time to look for a load from Canada. And there's not that many loads anyway. Like, for some reason, I think it's because of the strong Canadian dollar, most loads now are from US to Canada. And so yeah, I'm raising my rates. No more $1 a mile for a deadhead. We're gonna change that. Alright, so I'm gonna go to Staples. Yeah, get a couple of small notebooks, even though my e-log now records and gives me access to all my odometer numbers, but I have to have some kind of a backup system, right? In case that fails, I have to do IFTA reports no matter what. So it feels good, to take care of the truck, to have taken care of the truck. So the truck is good for another 40,000 kilometers, 25,000 miles. Tires are good, brakes are good. Let's go make some money. Oh, +1 now. +1, 33F. And I should be back either end of Tuesday or probably early Wednesday with that excavator. And after that, I'm doing that humongous load, 115,000 pounds, and I'll be using the Jeep and the booster. once again, I cannot enter the shopping center. Here they closed the road. I talked about this before, right? That's where I'm going. That's Staples, and there used to be a road right here, and they closed it. So now you have to go to that stupid light where you have to sit for 20 minutes waiting for the green. Yeah, this is like the worst intersection, I think, in Cambridge over here. Very long signals. We're gonna grab this one. This usually does not happen. Very rarely you can get through this intersection without stopping. Oh, everything is open. See, yesterday everything was closed, so maybe I'll go and grab some food at the Walmart. Because so far this morning I woke up at the hotel at 6 o'clock. It was still dark, cold. I got into my car, and while it was warming up, I was researching. You know, that's the next mod I'm doing. I'm sick and tired of these active valve exhaust, because it causes the car sometimes to shut down, you know, and I can feel it when I push the sport mode on the car. That's what opens those valves, right? Like the exhaust is fully open. There's a huge difference in performance, and pretty much no difference in gas mileage, especially on the freeway. It gives you full performance, and then when you turn it off, you turn off the sport mode, I could still feel that the valves are open, because the performance is the same, the sound is the same, you know. And then eventually they close, like after a second or third restart, you know. And then sometimes I'm sitting at the intersection just waiting for, let's say, green light, and then I put the car in gear and try to move, and it just boom, it dies, you know. I have a feeling like those, you know, valves, sometimes they just close completely, you know. So I want to get rid of them, and I've been researching online. Okay, is it open already? Yeah, looks like it's open. Oh, and there's a Canada Post mailbox. That's a useful thing. So what I'm gonna do now is print out one piece of paper and put it in an envelope, and that's my IFTA. Like this time I'm super fast, you know, like it's what, April 3rd, and I already did my IFTA report for Q1. And by the way, here's another piece of news. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this out. Here's another piece of news. Keep Tracking sent me this with no warning. All of a sudden I see a charge, $19 coming off my Visa, and it says shipping to Canada. And then I see something about hardware, and I call him. I say, guys, what's going on? I don't need the new hardware, right? So like, you see this? That's the ELD, right? It just sits there, and it's hooked up with a cable to the ECM under the dash there, right? And so everything is working, and when I go online, I could see my odometer because I upgraded to this premium package, right? I see everything. I said, why do I need the new hardware? Why you didn't tell me you're sending me the new hardware and you're charging me all these shipping fees? And the guy says, oh, well, it's when you go to the premium plan or professional plan, he says, it's done automatically. The system issues like what? So basically, as soon as he switches me over to the pro plan, the computer system takes over. Humans no longer matter, and it generates the sticker, and it generates this, and somebody's sending me this with a new cable. And I said, what do I do with the old one? Oh, I'm not sure. You'll have to call technical support. And I said, okay. I said, I got a YouTube channel, Cellular Vehicle Gateway. I think that's what he was saying. He was saying that, I said, why do I need this? He was saying that this one, basically I have an old model, and he was saying that this one has some kind of a internet. Oh yeah, wow, I see. Black. No, okay. If it's black, I take everything I just said back. I like black. Just like my truck. So I'm supposed to install this. So I'm gonna do it later today when I'm in the States. Forget it. I'm not gonna bother with this now. And there's, of course, there's instructions in here, and I'm pretty sure it'll tell me if they want this back or not. But he's saying that before, this was kind of like a leasing deal. You were leasing this from Keep Trucking, so yeah, you had to give it back. But he says nowadays it's all purchase, so you don't have to return it. But again, like, the guy is like very weird, you know, talking to them. He had no idea that the company was sending me the new hardware. He does not know if I have to return the old one. Like, what kind of a salesperson are you? You know, he's supposed to be like my account manager, like the guy who helps me deal with this. But at least he's upgraded me to the pro plan. So now I'll have and they were saying, so I'll have my odometer, right? But check this out. If you click on this over here, top left, no, wait a second, I'm not driving, I'm off duty. If you click here, yeah, you see over here it says documents, and you click on this, and you click on this. What is this? Maybe that's why. See, this one does not support it. But I remember I was reading online, is basically when you click, when you do this, hold on, go back, logs. Oh, it found a driving event. Claim or reject Saturday, April 3rd, which is today. Okay. Yard move. Okay, event claim. I think that's when I moved the truck from the oil change place to outside. All right, you see it cleared. So maybe this one does not support it. You know, I could see it online, but I know they were saying that this is how you know, if it's a phone, all you do is just you take a picture. You see, this does not allow you. I don't see settings, account, password, carrier, cycle rules, printing, notification, general. You see, I gotta research this. So maybe that's why I need the new hardware, you know, because basically what I'm trying to say is that now that I have IFTA, next time I buy fuel, I should just be able to do like this, you know, just start the camera and take a picture, or maybe do it like maybe do it like this, you know. But they were saying that, yeah, you should be able to take a picture and that fuel receipt will be stored in that folder documents, and then, you know, when I have to do the IFTA report at the end of the quarter, I can just go online on the Keep Trucking website and it would show me not just my odometer, but it'll show me fuel purchases, you know. Then I don't have to write them down each time. But I still gonna get a couple of notepads. Like I said, I need a backup system in case this fancy electronic fails. Check this out. I just noticed something interesting. Look at this. You see this? This is the fifth wheel release. And what is it doing over here? So I'm gonna fix it. See? So now pretty much if I push that button to unlock the fifth wheel, it's not gonna do anything, because I'm guessing this is air. Yeah, it works on air. So I'll just ask. I'm gonna be at the truck stop later today. I'm pretty sure they can fix something simple like this, but for some reason it got caught. See, when I was moving it over here, it got caught here and it just ripped it off. Good thing I noticed, but that's my typical position. I don't need to move anything right now. See, I try to keep this kingpin where this bracket is for the fender. So second axle. So see, this is about 2 feet ahead of the center, so I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna put it down because this excavator I'm picking up, it will need me to use eight axles. just get out of the space and park my car in there. Then we can head over to the border. Actually, I kind of like this setup, you know, straight quad. The problem is it's very difficult to turn, you know, because I'm so used to the Stinger. After I hooked up back to a quad like this, I already hit the curb a couple of times, you know, when I'm turning. You see, I was rubbing. Wow, I even scratched the wheel, I think. See, that's not good. So you gotta be very careful when you're turning, because this thing, it's a lot of off track. All right, so my personal park is growing. See, that's the axle. We managed to put it down like that, but the owner installed these little orange poles, and what they're telling me basically is that I gotta move my stuff. See, they did this and they spread them equally. There's one over here. So basically this is my spot, see? So I told the wrecker guy yesterday, I said, well, I'm not gonna bother with this now, because next time I'm gonna call him, I'm gonna hook up this axle to the spreader. I'm gonna hook this will go to here, and then we'll go to the back of the trailer. We're gonna run 3+1. And somebody was saying about the eyes. The eye a little bit different, but the pins are the same. But these eyes, see, like here, right at the top, they're more oval shape. Basically, this axle was made in July 2013. So I think back then Fontaine used a slightly different design. See, like here it's almost like a triangle, you know, and here it's like a oval. And after that, you see over here, this is designed for my actual trailer, right? So this actually looks smaller, you know? That actually looks bigger, because that's designed for shims. See, because of this, why they do it like that, so there's a movement. When the pin is in here, you can move it like this, so you can put shims in here. So actually that's a better design. But yeah, when I come back, I'm gonna pay them again a lot of money to hook this up to here, and then load this on the deck, or maybe just hook up directly. And then I have to move my stuff this way. And then actually next time, so this will go here. I'm gonna take this, and this will go on the trailer, because I need that for the Jeep. And we're gonna disconnect the small flip box I have now, and basically I'm gonna leave the small neck, and I'm gonna leave the last flip axle that's on there now. Driving my car for a few days, and like I said, I really want to get rid of this what do you call it? I see, that's my spot. Okay, I'm gonna park it like this. I'm looking at those orange poles. What if that axle moves? Well, it cannot move forward, I hope. We're gonna be all in trouble. Let me put at least something under the tire there. You know? Well, it sits on the ground. Nothing can happen. This is just bark. I'm not sure what they're doing here, but now I look a bit better. All right, baby, I'll be back. Bye. Love that car. All right, time to go make some money for new toys for the Challenger. Yeah, you see, that's the whole idea, right, of these flip axles. So you can use these shims, depending on the load. And this time I used the smallest one. Yellow is the smallest, blue is the medium size, and I also have red. But because I'm running here, I'm running with a big shim in there. I didn't bother putting the red in there. You see how the rear is tall? And I can actually easily raise this axle. Yeah, these airbags are really tall, so there's hardly any weight here. But if I raise it, it'll be even more difficult to turn, which I'm not too anxious of. Okay, everything is connected. Yeah, so good thing I noticed. I'm gonna fix that. They can just probably, I know what they can do. They can just undo this nut and give me a new cable and hook it up over there. And I'll make sure I'm more careful next time. Just this never happened to me, you know, on any of my trucks. I never pinched the cable like that with a fifth wheel. This is like unbelievable. But why this happened on this particular truck is because my Canvas dealer, when he was speccing this truck, gave me, I told him I don't need such a long slider. He says, it's the same price. So he gave me 72-inch slider, and I still, even after 3 years, I have a beef about that. So he gave me a 72-inch slider, no ladder, how to climb on the top, right? So now each time I'm using my fenders. And he gave me no catwalk in the back, which is super dangerous in winter. So, by the way, yeah, I have a picture on my phone. I saw a brand new truck, so I'm gonna, like, if I ever buy another truck, right? First off, the wheelbase have to be bigger so that I can install a ladder somewhere here. So there can be a ladder, and then there's going to be a catwalk in there, so I can stand there. And also I'm going to install, you know, those pogo sticks, kind of like what I have on the Jeep. I'm going to install one right there, so this mess doesn't happen. You know, all these cables, you know, so they have to be, you know, they're not supposed to touch the trailer, all right? So that's what I would change on the next truck. And the guy was, when I was doing alignment, the guy was saying your bolt might be loose. I said, why? What makes you think that? And he says, because you see, he says rust, and maybe I should change these. So all the shocks are new, right? I changed all the shocks, but I didn't change these. So these are 3 years old, and of course now I'm going to be driving, and then when I stop for the night, I'm going to put my hand here and see if they're warm. If they're warm, that's good. That means that they're working. If they're not warm, that means that they're dead. and they need to be replaced. Okay, I got my passport. I bought these two cute notepads. So the left one is for kilometers, my odometer reading when I'm crossing a state line, and the right one I'm gonna write down liters or gallons when I buy it. So I got my passport, I got my cover sheet for AC manifest. I did my empty border crossing. The route is set. Destination is TA truck stop in Dansville, New York. And the message on screen says, this route crosses a country border. Verify COVID-19 border restrictions before going. Verified. So I'm 269 kilometers or 3 hours away from Dansville.
Continue straight, then continue on to Peace Bridge.
I love this effect, you know, of the pandemic on the border traffic. Look at this. No cars. Beautiful. You only see people working for the bridge. They drive those pickup trucks and golf carts, and it says Peace Bridge Authority. What do you see? The bridge is empty.
In 600 meters, continue straight to stay on Peace Bridge.
And today is Saturday, Easter long weekend. If this was like real times, before the pandemic, there would be a lineup of cars probably starting somewhere here. Beautiful. I lifted my front axle, and when I was going through the turn, it's probably hit the pavement, and that's how you destroy your tires, you know. I should probably raise the suspension a bit higher, because I'm in like position 3, so the front axle is like this much off the ground, and sometimes that's not enough. Okay, like, who are these people? Like, how do these people, well, these must be some, you know, essential workers like nurses, doctors, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I gotta raise the axle a little bit, otherwise I'll be catching the ground, and it only makes things worse. Yeah, I see it looks good, looks like this, but I can still raise it a little bit. So we're gonna go higher here. Should be good. This should give me at least almost like half a mile a gallon. Better fuel mileage. All right, so the border was pretty quick. And I asked the guy, I said, I forgot about this. And he said, that's fine. So I guess salami, like packaged, you know, snack. They're not too afraid of that, but you're supposed to tell them of any meat products you have, you know. And so I always, you know, make sure that I declare everything. Better ask, you know, better safe than sorry. Because let's say if they decide to search your truck, which, you know, they have all powers to do so, right? They don't need any court permission, you know. They're worse, like them. They have more powers than cops, and so they can just say, hey, park your truck, you know, put on your flashing lights, and and then they put on those fashionable black gloves, and they and they check your truck and they find some meat. Why you didn't tell them, you know? So I'm smarter than that, and so I said, hey, I forgot about this. I wanted to finish this in Canada, but it was too much meat. You know, when I went to Walmart in Cambridge, I bought some cheese, like dairy-free cheese, no lactose. And I bought this salami, and I bought some low calorie bread, like, you know, Weight Watchers. It says WW on it. And so I had some homemade sandwiches, but it's a lot of food, you know. So anyway, back in Buffalo, New York. When was I here last time? 3 days ago? No, today's Saturday. Oh, I crossed. When did I cross? Tuesday or Wednesday, somewhere there. And the GPS keeps sending me on 20A. Always. Whenever I put in Danville, New York, or like Baltimore, whatever, any route going south, it says take Highway 400. So basically you take I-90 this way towards Erie, and then it's like the next exit is 400. And yeah, nothing wrong with that. And then it turns into and then you take an exit for US 20A, which is a bit hilly, but you know, when you empty it's okay. But that 20A goes through the village of Warsaw, like in Poland, and no trucks allowed on 20A in Warsaw, because there's a nasty turn in there through the underpass. So especially with a truck like this, with a long trailer, I would not make it through there. And I think it's also short. And so I killed the volume, because it'll keep rerouting me. So I'm just going on I-90 in the opposite direction, not towards Erie, but towards Batavia. All right, and then I'm gonna take Highway 98 south in Batavia, and then follow my favorite, very simple route on New York 63. Oh, check this out. Containers. Wow, double stacked. Is that even legal? That's a overheight load. Somebody better stop them and check their oversized permit. +6 Celsius, which is what, 45, 46 F. if you're a lawyer watching this, I just look at the sign here. And to me, it's like amazing. All these lawyers, you know, like injury lawyers. I'm not talking about regular lawyers. I'm talking about the ambulance chasers, you know, the injury lawyers. Yeah, I saw a cop on the shoulder, right? You see, I always look forward, far ahead. As soon as I see a cop car, of course, you have to change lanes. Charger. I like the look, like over here. They're very tastefully done. You know, New York police. I like your color scheme, guys. It's dark blue with amber stripes, and they all drive mostly Chargers. I would like to try that car, take it for a spin. Like, I don't think they have a Hellcat. It's probably just a 6.4, but probably modified, because of course, you know, these guys, they can do 100 miles an hour easy. They can take you, they can catch you very fast. So I know these cars are fast, but I don't think a police department will have enough money for a Hellcat. All right, so here we go. You see, that's the way GPS wants me to go. 90 west to 400. Instead, we're going 90 east. Towards Syracuse and Batavia. So Dansville is hour and a half away, even though the distance, it's only 70 miles, but it takes a long time because of all the lights and small towns. Yeah, check this out. Google Maps wants me to do a U-turn. It says, take this exit, do a U-turn and go back. I'm not doing that. So I guess there's a considerable difference in time. So that route 400 is much faster than this one, but Google Maps is for cars, right? It does not understand that I'm driving a semi-truck. So I cannot go that way. Well, I can, but then there's a huge detour around Warsaw for trucks, which kind of like kills all the advantage you gain time-wise. So might as well go on 90 east. Here, there's quite often there's accidents over here. This Walden Avenue, there's so much traffic because there's shopping centers over here. Now this looks familiar. Wait a second. That looks like my 60-ton Fontaine. Hello. Yeah, I did a major repair. they fixed the hose, the air hose on the fifth wheel. I thought the guy would be doing like an extension, you know, and he says, wait, I think I have the hose like that. And he went to his toolbox, and sure enough, he had the same exactly. I think he just had to modify the end a little bit because it was a different connector than what I have on my truck, and so, and it just snaps in. It's a quick connect. But you know, I didn't have that hose. Like, I know like a bunch of guys will leave comments now that I should have done it myself. But yeah, you see, so he just cut this one here. I said just leave it there. Next time I'm moving, the fifth wheel is gonna come out, and he just hooked up over here. And we checked, I flipped the switch and we checked to make sure that it's to make sure that it works. I could actually hear, the air, psh, psh, you know. So problem solved. They charged me half an hour labor. What do you do? And so this is Dansville. I'm gonna go and check the river. I like putting grease on that plate over there because then it slides easier. And I bought a new one. They're selling them over here, like $5 for this. And that's it. Now we're ready to rock and roll. Yeah, see, I bought this one. And I dropped the trailer because over here I'm looking at the sign. Cash price is $329, but credit price is $3.35. And so I said, no, I'm not paying that. I went across the road to, what is it, Quick Fill? Over there it's $3.19. No, $3.17. It used to be like $2.85, $2.75, and over here it was like $3.50. Of course, back then it made more sense. But I also drove to a grocery store and I stopped by the hardware store. Went in looking for the washers. Remember when I got the flip axle, I was missing two large washers, you know, the bottom pins, you know, those big pins. There was no washers on them. Actually, I found the ones for the top pins when I was doing alignment. I asked the guy over there if he might have something, and he gave me a bunch of these smaller washers. So the top pins are covered. Even if I lose, I think I needed one, but the guy gave me like 5 of them. But so this is my bill. Okay, blaster thing was $5.49, and mechanical labor, so the hourly labor rate is $108.99. So he charged me $54.50. Didn't even charge me for the hose. But you know, if you don't have that one, you cannot flip, you cannot change your fifth wheel position, so you can be overloaded and you can get a ticket, you know, $2,000. So it's just dimes and nickels, you know. All right, let's go take a look at the river over there, see what's going on. So the first axle is in the air, so saving some fuel improving my fuel mileage, and saving on tire wear. And this place over here, you see, it already has, check this out, this is all fresh. All right, this is all this year, and it starts, I see small leaves, like, look at this, you see? And so soon, you see, now you can see the water, right, through the trees, but soon there'll be so many leaves in here that you cannot see the river. And the water is not very clean because upstream there's a waste facility, some kind of a cleaning facility. And I think that's already Canada, but I'm not 100%. I think if you cross this river at night on a boat when nobody's looking, you're gonna be in Canada. But like I said, don't quote me on that. All right, that was the long weekend update. So I have 1 tank of fuel and I filled up full tank of DEF at the pump. So the truck is all oil change is done, the truck is greased, all filters are changed. Well, I didn't change the water separator because the guy, he says, look, it's empty, like it's clean. And I said, yeah, I just changed it like a month ago. And so I just bought 1 extra, so I carry 2 fuel filters, water separators in the truck, and I have the tools, so now I can change them myself. So tomorrow I just need to get to Duncannon Duncannon, PA. And from there, like I said, it's only 50 miles or 80 kilometers to my shipper south of York. Yeah, good weather today. As I went when I went across the street there, I saw a glider. You know, they're so cool. You know, looks like an airplane, except it's totally silent, right? No engines, because there's an airport over there. And I watched them a couple of times. You know, you need a plane, of course, to tow that thing into the air, and then they release the cable. And because of all these hills over here, there's currents of air going up, and so that glider can stay in the air for a long time. You know, no fuel required, no engines. It just is looking for spots of you know, rising air. So yeah, it's a very quiet, nice day in the country. So anyway, thanks for watching. So I'll do an update. I'll show you guys this one is not a secret load, so I'll show you how I'm loading. But it's a medium-sized excavator, so about 80,000 pounds, not too big, so it shouldn't be a problem to load. And I insisted, and my customer insisted, so the shipper knows that it must be, as they call it now, Canada clean. Not just clean, but Canada clean, because it goes across the border. And my customer says, yeah, the shipper should help you there, and he has a portable washer, so he's gonna wash it before it's loaded, and then once it's on the trailer he can rinse it. I said, perfect. And also I said, where's my paperwork? Because I said I need the original bill of sale or manufacturer's certificate of origin. And he says the original bill of sale was FedExed to the shipper. He says, make sure you pick it up. So it looks like everything should be okay with this. And I'm scared to think about this next load. 15 feet wide, 115,000 pounds. That's just crazy, you know. Honestly, I don't want to do it. Ciao.